Hello and welcome to an Everyday Canines video. In this series on the A to Z of hoopers, we're looking at the rear cross as it relates to hoopers. A rear cross refers to the fact that you're crossing behind your dog. So if your dog is coming down this line and you've started on this side and your dog is then turning away and you can't get ahead of them to do a turn, say a blind, then what you're going to do is you're going to do a rear. And how this happens is the dog will be coming like this, you will cue them to turn and you will cross behind them, so they will be ahead of you. That's the basics. So let me demo it with Sparrow. Go, 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 away! Good girl. So she is turning away from me. If I stayed on this side, it would be even more dramatic, but it wouldn't be a rear cross. Go, go, away! Good girl. But you probably wouldn't because you actually want to do the cross. That is a rear cross. It basically is another way of changing sides and direction. Just you do it behind. It's a good emergency move if you are stuck behind, but also depending on the type of hoopers you do, which organisation, when you're doing a lot of distance handling, you're going to find yourself in a position where you're going to need a rear cross. Simple as. So, I'm going to talk about words. Yeah. Sparrow's word for turning away from me is away. We're still working on that cue, but what it means is you turn away from me. Wherever I am, you turn away from me. She's then got a cue that means turn towards me, which is this. I use this on hoopers with her because that works best for her. She's a dog that likes context. She likes to know where my body is and uses my body a lot to know where she's going. With Swift, I would use actual directional cues, left and right. So in this situation, it'd be go, go, left. So those are your two options. Contextual cues, away means go away, this means turn towards me. Or actual pure directionals, left and right, doesn't matter where you are, the dog goes where it needs to be. So beginning teaching a rear cross, I wouldn't actually do it on a curve. I would teach you on the flat, straight go-go, and I would just incorporate the movement behind. And you're saying, well, if you're behind the dog doesn't know, what does it matter? Dogs do know. They are still watching you. Even when they're driving ahead, they have got one eye on what you're doing, as well as one ear. Which is why that my dog could be powering over a dog walk, and I do a rear cross, and they go, what are you doing? Because though they're right ahead of me, they've seen what I'm doing. So don't underestimate the fact that your dog is still watching you, despite the fact they're going on a straight. So in this instance, I want to do a rear cross. What I want to do is I want to do it safe from here. I'm going to send the dog down the line, and all I'm going to do is move back and forth behind my dog to get them the understanding of what a rear cross is and that the movement is nothing to worry about, and I just keep driving forward because that can be the hardest part. The dog goes, what are you doing? I'm going to turn. We want them to keep driving forward even though you've done a rear cross. So, no cues, we're just playing with the movement. Right, you ready, Spar? Ready? Good girl. So all I'm going to do, set her up, wait, cue her on a go-go, go-go, cross. And you see, because I crossed really early, she looked. Because I was talking to you, I wasn't entirely thinking about what I was doing. But Sparrow showed you a good example of what can happen when you're rear crossing if the dog is thinking what you're doing. And what actually was the problem is I crossed too soon. Wait. Go, go. Good girl. So that was better because she just got on with her job and I crossed behind. Do it from the other side. Okay, wait. Go, go. Oh, you turned. So that's interesting. So you see she turned that time. She did have an eye on me and she wondered what I was doing. I'll keep my arm up this time. Ready? Go, go. Yes, good girl. I think that was because I dropped my arm, I hadn't got my arm up, but also it shows that one side she's more confident than the other. So this is a good game to play. Find out your dog's strengths and weaknesses. Find out your strengths and weaknesses. I find one side harder to do than the other. Good girl. This is your foundation level. Then we're going to start looking at adding cues. But we don't need to do that on a straight. Because on the straight, they're just going straight ahead. They don't need to. So That's when we advance it. But at this stage, we're just looking at what happens if I cross behind. And you can play with this. You can do your cross really early, as long as you don't stand your dog, obviously. So, really sort of see. You can do really hard crosses, so you cross like this. This is even harder because of the way you're facing. Easy crosses are when you go diagonal, because you're still facing the way the dog's going. Hard crosses are when you face, so if the dog's going that way, you're facing away from them, because now the dog is wanting to go, oh, now there's a conflict. Do I keep going on the word, or do I go on what her body's doing? So these are all important things to proof. The more proofing you do, the better your dog gets. So that is your beginner's rear crosses. Play with this, and we can start adding in some cues. I hope you've enjoyed this Everyday Canines video, and if you have, you might like to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click on the bell icon, you'll get notifications of new videos coming out. And you can also find us on Facebook and Instagram. And hope to see you all again very, very soon.